Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is part 2 of my My Little Pony Infection AU. Like I said in the last video, I'll be doing Twilight and Rainbow Jack. Just a quick warning, I'm doing Twilight first and there is a lot of gore and blood and spooky imagery, so please, if you feel the need to skip her, I will do my best to do a summary in the comments of her story, so if you want that lore, you can still get it. It will be in the comments below. Also, I just wanted to say thank you so much for all the love and support. I was really shocked seeing how many people saw my video and how many of you just loved it and you couldn't wait for more. So let's get into it and start with Twilight. Okay, and now we're on to Twilight. I had some difficulty drawing her. I've never really drawn a pony in this pose before, so when I was sketching her, it took me quite a few tries. Also, sketching the flowers and the stems and where all the things are gonna go was quite difficult as well, but I managed. Now, you might be wondering, depending on where the speed paint is at this point, that there's little bulbs on the flowers and on the vines. Those are flower buds, so she's got a few of those growing, so don't be freaked out. They're just flowers, don't worry. Twilight had become a scientist to try and figure out a cure for the virus. That was kind of the job Celestia gave her in order to help, figure out what the hell was going on. She tried to read every book that was in the bunker. She tried to read every script, just anything that could help her figure out what in the world is going on. Why was it affecting ponies? Why was it infecting them such a strange way? Like, just anything like that. Twilight had figured out that the flower, the black dahlia flower, was actually a copycat. It wasn't the actual flower, but they still called the virus the black dahlia because of the way it looked and the way it smelt. It still smelt like a black dahlia. It still had a strange smell. It still had a look that looked exactly like the black dahlia. It had the details, the way the flowers settled, besides the growing part, which was these strange black, almost tendrils. Instead of a huge, beautiful bush or a really long stem, this flower was growing in like this black, almost tentacle or sharp black thorn type. And Twilight still doesn't know why. Because she was so stuck on trying to figure out a cure and she was so tunnel visioned, she sort of fell back into her old habits, becoming antisocial, not wanting to talk to anybody. She just wanted to focus on the testing and her studies. She did occasionally see some of her friends like Pinkie Pie and Rarity. She also saw Luna and Spike. She didn't see Pinkie that long though, because Pinkie, wanting to help everybody, she would go on to the next pony, trying to figure out how to make them smile. And Rarity, of course, because Rarity was there to clean up. She was the cleanup maintenance. She was the person who sanitized everything, who helped Twilight with the gloves, all those kinds of things. And of course, Luna was there to check up on her, and Spike was there because he was helping. I do genuinely quite love Twilight's design. I really like it. I didn't change a ton. I still kept her color palette pretty much the same with the purples, except for I had a lightened one and then a darkened one, sort of give it some more gradient. I gave her the sort of unicorn fluffy edges on the bottom of her hooves. I was going to give her the unicorn tail, but when I was drawing it, it just didn't look good. So I kept it as she cut her mane short, she cut her tail short, just so it didn't get grabbed and it was easier to tie up. You may also notice that her horn is snapped in half and there's like sparks coming off, because when she got infected, she tried her best to use her magic to try and either hold it off or to see if anything would cure it, and instead of it being cured or hold off, her horn blew up instead and it surged a huge amount of chaotic magic throughout the room, which made her whole body mutate. So now that she's growing these vines, these buds, and these huge flowers that are putting spores into the air, and she's just stuck. she's semi-conscious of everything. She's sort of stuck in between stage 2 and 3, where she can hear, she can't see, she cannot speak, she doesn't really control her actions. She remembers hearing Applejack for the smallest amount of time before everything went pretty much silent. So she's scared. She doesn't know what to do. I feel so bad for her because she's just stuck in this spot. She's stuck in this strange, dark room and she can't see anything. She can only hear, but even that isn't super reliable. This poor girl. I also changed her cutie mark to a compass because I was inspired by my friend Oppo, who also redesigned the main 6, and I just love the idea of her cutie mark being a compass with stars around it. And now we're on to Rainbow Dash, who I was pretty excited to draw, but also kind of nervous because for her color design, I wanted to do something a bit different. I don't usually see people do a darker coat for Rainbow Dash, so when I did that, I was kind of nervous. But I think she looked amazing, so I'm so excited to get to that point in the video. As you can see, Rainbow Dash has her mane cut short and tied up. Rarity had helped her with that to cut her mane and style it in a way that's more practical. Because Rainbow Dash is a part of the security team alongside Applejack, both of them walked around the perimeter of the bunker, and Rainbow Dash would fly overhead a lot of the time, trying to figure out how far the infection has gone, how many ponies have the infection, how many have surpassed like stage 2 or have mutated. Rainbow Dash would honestly do her best to protect ponies in Ponyville whenever she could see any. She's not allowed to bring anyone back to the bunker, so she would do her best to find shelter first and then look for any pony who needed her help. So she was very protective of the Ponyville ponies, along with Applejack, who would do her best as well, alongside Rainbow Dash. In my IU, Rainbow Dash had a very big crush on Applejack, and Applejack had a very big crush on Rainbow Dash as well, along with Rarity, but she didn't really show it as much as Rainbow Dash did, as Rainbow Dash and Applejack would spend a lot more time together because they were on the same team, on the security. So when Applejack died, Rainbow Dash felt horrible. She felt personally responsible for Applejack's death because if she wasn't on the job outside, maybe Rainbow Dash could have helped her. Could have protected her from what happened. And she's very, I wouldn't say selfish, but she's starting to become quite rude. Not in the way of like insulting them, but more sergeant-like, because she wants to protect Rarity and Luna because those are the two only ponies that she has in her life at the moment. She hasn't been able to find Pinkie or Scootaloo. She's very worried about Scootaloo because she knows while Scootaloo is smart, Scootaloo is very much a fight-first type of filly. She'll do anything to protect her friends. That even means being like Rainbow Dash and putting herself in danger to protect them. So she's extremely worried about Scootaloo. Rainbow Dash keeps flying over the Everfree Forest trying to find ponies who escaped the bunker, along with trying her best to find Pinkie because Rarity had told her that Pinkie left just as the breach happened, and no one's been able to find her since. So Rainbow Dash has been going around the Everfree Forest and into Ponytown even to try to find where her friend is because she's extremely worried. They don't know where Fluttershy is either, but they both had their suspicions that Discord had taken her somewhere safe, so they aren't overly worried because they know Discord wouldn't let Fluttershy get hurt, at least not at the moment. So yeah, this was very much a sad Yuri for poor Rainbow Dash. I feel very bad for her because her heart is very broken. It's very sore from seeing Applejack die to one of her best friends, especially someone who had a very great influence on all of them, and also she's mutated, so there's no way that any of them could help Twilight. So it's much more powerful and it's very heartbreaking. I love Rainbow Dash's cutie mark. I don't know if I show it in the speed paint or not, I'm not too sure, but I changed her cutie mark to wrap around her leg, sort of like Pinky's, so that was really fun. If I don't show it in the speed paint, again, like Twilight, you will see it at the very end of the video where I showcase them both finished, so I'm very excited for you guys to see that. I also apologize that this video took a very long time. I had gotten very busy, and I've also been quite ill. But yeah, I hope that the speed paint brings you guys happiness, and I hope you guys like Rainbow Dash's design. Oh, and you will also see that I added goggles and bandages and also a bit of messy fur to Rainbow Dash. That is because of, like, Rainbow Dash doesn't really take care of herself as much as the other ponies do, since she's always working or trying to protect ponies. So she's got a few bandages, her fur's a bit messed up, and she has her goggles because I thought that was such a little nice touch to give her an item that you see in the show. And that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will flash up Twilight and Rainbow Dash right now so you get to see the finished designs. Again, I'm so sorry this took so long, but I really hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for all the love and support. It was just absolutely amazing to see it all. And I hope you guys love this one, and I hope you guys will let me know if you want to see Applejack and Fluttershy next. So please just let me know. I absolutely love talking to you guys. I love seeing your comments. And thank you so much. And I'll see you another time. Have a lovely day or night.